country seems to be better than a lot of places to be. So I'm sort of grateful for that. But
there still are a lot of whether it's teenage girls in the mall making comments while you're trying to shop for clothes, or the sales clerk, or the guy in the deli section at the supermarket, or wherever there continue to be. I'm sure all of us could call out in the last month something that got said to them that was hurtful.
And then people,
but you go about your business, and
right, and it shouldn't be. And people that you're talking about, people that are in the store, maybe a clerk, maybe the deli person, they have children. So this is now passed down through generations. And getting back to even like saying, getting this little interjection, that I think kind of enhancing practices of newly, people that are learning to be healthcare practitioners, to get that early, that education early in the classroom, and just kind of do that. Same thing with that. I mean, those people that you're talking about, the store clerk and the deli person goes home and now, tells the story to their kids and kind of makes fun of it in that way, and then it's kind of perpetuated.
And that's how the child learns that this is something to be derided.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and even just from a public venue standpoint, anybody witnessing this, and it gets so tiring to try and stand up to it every single time.
Yes.
When someone gets away with that, everyone who witnesses it realizes that they can get away with that.
Mm-hmm. And also sometimes it might bother someone. Like I might be, I don't know, I might be out with Renee, and maybe someone's saying something to her, and then someone just passes by and hears that. Some people are bothered by that as well, but sometimes people don't know how to react and stand up for that person and say, hey, you shouldn't be talking to that person like that. Do you know what I mean? So people sometimes don't know how to react to it.
And in that venue, I think there's a lot more going on in our schools nowadays about bullying.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
That I think will pan out really to everyone's benefit when these kids grow up.
But like you talked about too, it doesn't just happen in the store. It happens at jobs where people like your friend lost everything, and just because so they're going through a sex change or gender change, right? Yeah. And you say to yourself, wow, well, what makes that person now lose their job? Why did they lose their job? Because they changed their identity, right? And I don't understand
that. Not
that.
because they're in any way less capable of performing their job. Not because they're going to embarrass the company in some way. Because somebody in a position of hiring and firing is threatened by you.
Yeah, and I don't totally understand that completely, but I know it's happening.
It does happen,
right?
Yeah.
So it is. It's
it's
alive and well, and it's terrible.
Yeah, the discrimination is definitely still going on, and hopefully it will diminish over time, and we hope to be part of that in some way.
And I think you were also telling the class, too, when you came in to speak with the class, you were telling them that, years back, like now, generations now, I mean, like on UConn, we have a weekend of, they have, I think it's even during the week, True Colors. Maybe it's during
True Colors,
So,
Friday, Saturday conference.
Yeah, they can come, people can come by busloads, come and just, be themselves, and I think that's great to be able to do that. Whereas you were talking to the class, all of you, and said, gee, when I was younger, I mean, I couldn't even, are you kidding? If I said this, it probably would put me away, lock me up someplace.
Yeah, I was in college before it was okay to talk about being different.
Sure.
And oddly enough, I was in college in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
That was back in the 70s and 80s you were talking about here, that it wasn't, talked about or...
Yeah, but I'm talking about, late 80s. I graduated high school in 93.
Yeah.
So, and it was still not okay to talk about.
Yeah. So things are getting better, and yes, the True Colors Conference is wonderful.
I think it's great.
It's really, it's so cool.
Largest conference of its kind in the country.
Yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just so wonderful to see all the young kids that are so comfortable.
Kids
in their
of
own
all
skin.
ages, but especially the
And the comfort level, that's the key.
It's very cool.
To be comfortable and be able to go out without threats and bullying and...
Be proud of who you are.
Yes.
And that conference was at UConn this year.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
a lot
has
of
been the
students
last
will come
couple.
up to you and say, "Can I have a hug?" You know.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah, we got hugged. It's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool.
People standing on the roadside,
Toot,
shouting
toot.
out,
Yeah.
"Anybody want a hug? Anybody want a hug?
It was cool.
Free hugs here."
It was cool. Really was. It was fun.
Maybe a little too touchy-feely for some people, but the whole point of the conference
Right.
is about inclusion and acceptance.
Yeah.
And that's just one way in which they can demonstrate it if you are so interested in participating.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, UConn is a very cool school. We're very happy to be sort of affiliated in some way with UConn. Let me ask you this. Do you have any openly transsexual students?
Not that I know of. I mean, not that I know of.
Would you like
And
one?
again- Oh, yeah, you wanted to apply to the nursing program.
Possibly, yeah. I would love to.
And we have the
you
MIND
can.
program now, where if you
Mhm.
have a bachelor's degree, you can come in and do a very accelerated, rigorous program
What is it
in a
called?
year. MIND program. It's a master's entry into nursing. So you come in for a year and get your, at the end of the year, you can sit for your RN boards. And then you are, I think, during the course of the time that you're going in that year, you're getting credits towards a master's degree. So there's a little bridge there if you decide, which we encourage in case the dean is listening, you to go on for your master's degree.
Sure.
But
Well, that actually raises a good question. Maybe you can help me and some of the viewers understand. There are a lot of acronyms that swirl around nurses and,
Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
their names.
Yeah.
What's the sort of progression? Obviously, you said RN.
I know, that's kind of neat that you're asking me that.
The
Yes.
first step is a registered nurse.
Well, I can tell you my route, because then I will hit them all.
Okay.
Because I've been in school all my life. I started out as an EMT,
Yeah.
emergency medical technician. And then I decided, okay, nursing, I think I want to do nursing. So I went to an ADN program, which is associate's degree. That allowed me to sit for my RN boards. So with the ADN, get the RN. Then I said, wow, I think I need my BSN, because I think you're a little bit more independent if you want to go out into the community and work more independently, home care, certain other jobs, management jobs. You need your bachelor's. So then that's a BSN. You don't need to take any additional boards.
You're still a registered nurse.
You're still a
with
registered
bachelor's
nurse.
in the School of Nursing.
And that's a very long route. Our program at UConn is a BSN. So they go 4 or 5 years. It is a 4-year program, but some take 5 years, so they get their BSN. At the end of the 4 years, they're able to sit for their RN boards, but they come away with the credential of BSN.
And that's where if you had a bachelor's degree, you basically do that 5th year of nursing.
Well, you don't have to. Most students do it in 4 years, the BSN.
Your MIND program.
Oh, the MIND program. So you can have a bachelor's in anything, arts. I have a few that are biochemists, whatever it is, international language, anything. You can come and do this program, the MIND program. But you still keep your credential as a BA or BS,
Right.
but then now it's RN.
Right.
Then you have the MSN, which is a master's degree in nursing, which I went to get my master's degree in nursing education, and that's got so many different levels: nurse practitioner, maybe an administrator of, a director of nursing someplace. Again, nurse practitioners in all different, it can be psych, can be adult, can be geriatrics, all neonatal, and then I can say I went for my post-MSN. So I had the master's in nursing education, so I got my psychiatric nurse practitioner as a post-master's. And now we have the new credential as a DNP, which I just got, and that's a doctor of the nursing practice.
Wow.
So in our program, you have to be a nurse practitioner.
Congratulations on that, though.
Thank you. So there's all these different levels, and that's what's so great about nursing. We're still 9 years running the #1 trusted profession.
Wow. So at what level of education does someone need to attain to get their APRN?
Master's degree.
That's a master's degree.
Yes.
Because I know the APRNs have the ability